run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, they'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment, that's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend.
Today, from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 20 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get the play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on third down, Rich. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Stanley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. Operating from the gun. Rich into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun, and he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Falcons, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw here, Dalton. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And his kick here is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, it's Stanley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Rich. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Rich. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st and 10, Rich, right back to Toney. He's got another one. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Off the play fake, Rich. He finds his man, complete. That's Stanley. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts with career touchdown number 70. And the Falcons are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agreed totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. Put a really nice drive.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Dalton rolling to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. A quick throw here, that's complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down. But the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Falcons offense set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Looking to throw on second down. Rich over the middle. That's hauled in by Tony. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, bro?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
On first down, Rich. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second down and 3. Operating from the gun. Rich got this complete to the tight end Pitts. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Looking to throw. Rich. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on fourth down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Stanley at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after try forthcoming. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Texans back out there and ready to go. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw.
That caught by Tremble.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Throwing again on 2nd down. Dalton. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Dalton's throw is taken in by Waddle.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Rich.
That's complete to Tony.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Rich. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Throwing on 1st down. Rich.
Same target. It's Jacobs again.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. second down. It's Stanley. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Down to the 42, second down. Second down at 6 now from the 42.
Operating from the gun. Rich.
And caught by London. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Stanley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. To throw on second down. Rich.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a handoff up the middle. Poe. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Up the middle they go. It's Stanley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rich. And this one is incomplete. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now out comes Houston.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Dalton sets up play action. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Rich. He finds his man, complete. That's Stanley.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Rich.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Looking to throw, Rich.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. To throw again on second down. Dalton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Dalton.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And they'll start with a short field following that turnover as they look for points here before the break.
On 1st and 10, Rich. He finds his man, complete. It's Stanley. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Back to throw. Rich. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 3rd down, it's Owens, and he'll get it down here to the 43. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, and it's the Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. Josh Allen with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Panthers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter.
Throwing to start the drive. Rich. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Off play action. Rich. Under pressure, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rich. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
How you leave a receiver of that caliber that wide open on that play is absolutely beyond me. You've watched tape. You've gone over the scouting report. Your first move should be double or triple him and make sure someone else doesn't beat you.
Well, especially on 3rd down. That's what's really baffling. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Rich.
Got a man. It's London. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Back to throw.
Rich, a quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
Rich, and he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Rich. By nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. A first down throw coming for Dalton.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Dalton here from the gun. He finds his man complete. That's Pratt.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Dalton.
Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
This will be Dalton again.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Dalton. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Gets past one man. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Dalton operating in the red zone now.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Dalton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. So Dalton now. And he'll just get rid of it.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. And his kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Rich got his man complete over the middle. That's Stanley. From the gun on 3rd down. Rich throwing the out route and complete. It's Stanley. On On first down, Rich. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Back to throw again. Into the hands of London. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Rich. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
53's the mark. 53. Check.
Looking to throw. Rich.
Throwing quickly here, and he's got Jacobs. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Rich.
Familiar sight all game. Pitts has it once more.
It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rich over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs.
And the Falcons are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Fields it right around the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Houston set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. From the 44, Dalton eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Andy Dalton. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Dalton. There's Trimble, the tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And Dalton to throw. Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Waddle from 3 yards out. And the Texans are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
On 2nd down now, it's Stanley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. On 3rd down, Stanley. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.